Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Fejiro Iwo, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you all how I wasted my time. So it's currently the month of October and I started serving in January. So I went to camp last year. NYC camp. If you're not in Nigeria, NYC is National Youth Service Corps, and it's just a program where you serve your country for 1 year. So I went for the camp in last year November, and I started going to work in January this year. And from January till pretty much about September, I stopped doing all the other things that I used to do before NYC. I felt like, okay, I now work in 9 to 5. That means I'm always tired. That means I can't do any other thing. That means all my time is going to my 9 to 5. That means every other thing should be put on hold. I do not know how I managed to sell myself this lie, but I wish I did not do that, because now I'm realizing that I wasted a good 10 months or 9 months. I wasted 9 months of my time this year. And I'm sorry if you're hearing any background noise. My mic is with someone and my neighbors are making noise. So please bear with me. You would want to watch this video to the end. I realized that I wasted my time all these 10 months because of the mindset that I just formed, and the lie that I just managed to sell to myself. That is a big lie. Because you work a 9 to 5 does not mean that you cannot still show up for the things that you love doing. Because you work a 9 to 5 does not mean that you cannot show up for your hobbies, does not mean that you cannot use the talents that God has given to you. Now, how this thing changed for me was that I began to see that God began to call me back to the talent He has given to me. Because before this 9 to 5, I used to draw a lot. I'm an artist, I'm also a fashion illustrator. And since I started my 9 to 5, I just stopped doing all of that because I just managed to tell myself that, oh, I'm tired, I need to sleep, I need to rest, I'm busy, and all that. And God began to call my attention that, girl, you are like that servant in the Bible that they gave a talent to and he went to hide it and he gave it back to his master. And I'm like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy. I'm going to work with the talent that God has given to me. I don't know how much time I will have after my 9 to 5, but the little time that I have, I will do something to show up for my talent. So now how I begin to see it is that I have a 9 to 5 and I have a 5 to 9. And that really changed everything for me. So after I go to my 9 to 5 and I come back home, I begin my 5 to 9. Yeah. Future Fejiro here. Just so I'm not misleading anybody, I just want to let you all know that because I said I work a 9 to 5 and a 5 to 9 does not mean that I do not give time to myself to rest, or you should not give time to yourself to rest. I still always make out time to rest. This mindset just helps me see that when I come back home from my work by 5 o'clock, that does not mean that I have the rest of the day to just play or scroll on my phone and all that. There's still other work that I need to do, and I need to prioritize those other work and also my rest. Yeah. So that's the mindset shift that I just had, and I've seen that there's so much I've been able to do by just thinking this way. Before, I felt like I could not do anything, so I was not doing anything. But now that I began to tell myself that you can do something, I began to actually do something. And guess what? I still work that 9 to 5. In the past couple of months, I had this mindset shift in I think September. August ending, September beginning. And in the past few months, I've been able to do amazing things for myself. I've launched a digital product. I have started an online community for girls and for women. I've gone on to do a lot of things. I'm focusing on drawing and creating stuff for my clients. I'm getting customers reach out to me again that they want me to do stuff for them. Just imagine if I had this same drive and this same energy I have now back at the beginning of the month. I would not be where I am today. So I'm making this video to just tell you all that there is so much that you can do. When you feel like, okay, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time, trust me, you have time. You have time. It just boils down to how you can plan your time and how you can manage your time, how you can maximize your time. Essentially, you would see that there's enough time for you to actually do the things that you want to do, and there are some unnecessary things that you should not be focusing your energy on. Just try and stop all those things. I also think that some people just like to hang on to this idea of, oh, I'm busy, I'm busy. I don't know what it makes them feel like. Maybe it makes them feel like they're doing something useful with their life by being busy. But okay, let me just say it. I used to be that. I used to like the idea of, oh, I'm busy, I'm doing stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't think you are really that busy. Seriously. Ever since I started to take stock of my time, and I began to like plan what I want to do every day, I actually saw that I had time to do certain things. The message I want to share essentially today is that there is actually time for you to do the things that you want to do. Just start planning your time. Just start planning your time, and all the other things that you want to do, all the creative endeavors that you had, or all the dreams that you want to make a reality. Do not let your 9 to 5 stop you from getting all those things. Even if you might not be able to work 100% at them, or like giving your entire time to them, you can still give 10%, 20% of your time. That still counts for something. I just want to let you know that you should not bury your dreams and your talents because you work a 9 to 5. It is still possible for you to be able to do those other things that you've always wanted to do, even if you work a 9 to 5. Another thing I also wanted to talk about in this video and encourage you all to do is to have drive. Like, having drive will do so much for you and will do so much for the dreams and the goals that God have put in your mind. Have drive, be resilient, have tenacity. Like, write down the things that you want to do and focus on them. Tell yourself that I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do this. This is the vision I have in my mind, and until this vision becomes a reality, I'm not going to stop. And don't just leave it a chance. Don't just leave it and say, oh, because it's God's, we want it to happen. You take on the wheels. Jesus will take the wheel, but there's a wheel that you have to take. You have to get up and work. You have to get up and put in the efforts, ensuring that these things will become a reality. Because God says that, oh, you are going to become a professor one day, does not mean that you will sit down in your house. Because God said you will be a professor, so that means you will be a professor. You have to stand up and begin to take steps. Okay, God, what school should I go to? You said I will be a professor. What course should I learn? What school? Basically, just the different things that I'm going to do to help me get started on this path to being a professor. So you have to get up and be driven. If God has placed something in your heart, if there's something that you want to be, start working on it now. One mistake that I feel like most people have is that when they have certain dreams for themselves, they just say, okay, it's going to happen sometime in the future. They think it's something that will happen in the future. They do not realize that that future that you are thinking of, that you are saying that all these things is going to happen in the future, is now that it starts. It starts from now. The efforts, the little things that you are going to start doing now is what will determine if that future is going to come or not. So if there's a dream that you have in your mind, if there's a vision that you are seeing, start working towards it now. Is there a book I should be reading to help me with this thing? Is there a speaker I should be listening to? Is there somebody's life I should be watching? Do I need to get a mentor? What should I be learning that would help me get started on this path to my vision? Do you understand? So I just wanted to charge you all to be more driven. Do not give up. Do not just do something one way and then it doesn't happen. So therefore you say, oh, I'm not doing it again, I'm gone. If you do something and it doesn't work out, continue to do it. Try other ways. Do different things. You know, yesterday I was watching a video on Cruise and they were talking about, is poverty a choice or it's not a choice, something like that. And some people were saying that poverty is a choice. And to an extent, I actually agree with them. It is your decision. You are the one that lives your life. I am the one that will decide what you want your life to be. Now, if to an extent, I agree with them 100%. I know that there is this thing of time and chance happening and all that, but if you do not put in the work, if you do not put in the effort that you need to be able to get you to a certain place in life, you are not going to get there most of the time. So you have to get up. You have to get up for real. You have to get up. Like, this is so real, you guys. And I'm saying this because I've seen a couple of people just live their lives so lackadaisically. They don't really care. They're just going with the wind. You cannot afford to go with the wind. Even if you want to be going with a wind, go with God's wind for your life. The things that God is telling you to do, be doing all that. Just be going in His path. But don't just live your life to chance. Do not do that at all. Get up and be more in charge of your life. If you have something that you want to do, go at it. Do not give up. Be resilient. If you do it and you fail, get up and do it again. One thing I learned about failure is that with failing, you learn how to not do something. Every time I do something and I fail, although I feel bad, I always look for a lesson to learn from that thing, because I can't fail for nothing. I can't fail for nothing, really. something must come out of that failure. Even if it's a lesson, you must come out. I must find how to make that failure a good thing at the end of the day. So even if you fail, you will get back up and do it again, learning from the experience of your previous failure. Do you all understand? So this is just a charge once again to let you all know that all the visions and the dreams that you have, it is possible for them to come to life. There is time for you to be able to get these things done, and you also have to have the drive and the commitment to ensuring that all this becomes a reality. So that's pretty much it, you all. I cannot wait to see all the beautiful things that we are going to do together, all the impacts that we are going to make in this world, because we are now maximizing our time and we are having more drive and more passion concerning the things that we want to see become a reality in our lives. So that's pretty much it, guys. See you next time. Bye.